Welcome to my channel. And if you're new to my channel, I only talk about hair. I always talk about you taking control of your damaged hair and doing it with scientific approach to conditioning. You know, conditioners have a lot of good qualities about them today. We've had conditioners on the market. Now we have thousands of conditioners on the market. Well, I want to just say that which product is good for you? I don't know if there's any bad product. It's only bad if it's not what you need or you don't properly use it to its best ability. That's why you need to deep condition with your product. You need to use it as mini conditioners for your hair. And that way to see, give the conditioners a chance to really do what they do best. A lot of time we get into reading the label and we shorten our conditioning treatments. Well, if we can look at it from a different point of view and learn how to use our conditioners on a daily basis as well as a deep conditioning base throughout the week, throughout the year, we'd be able to see if our hair products are holding up. So I would like you to take out the time to just put your conditioners to the test and make sure that you are doing your best that you can do to use your conditioners properly. Give them a chance to do what they do best. If they have a moisturizer, then you want to repeat that moisturizer because hair takes time to build moisture. So once you're building moisture, you have to see if the hair or the conditioners are depositing moisture. Only way you can do that is start to deep condition and to use your products in a way that can benefit you and the conditioners that you're using. Also stick close to your company, that is the product line name. And what you would do is to see what they say about their own conditioners and how to use them. And then see if those methods are getting the results that you want. If you're not building moisture, you're still having problems with length, then there's much more going on and you might need more understanding than what a product has to offer. But 9 chances out of 10, we're using, I see it all the time, that clients use conditioners improperly. So let's try to get you to use your conditioner properly so that you can get the best out of your own conditioner. I want to thank you for sending your hair questions to ditahair911@gmail.com. The big question of the day is when more than 2 questions come in asking the same question. Today's big question is how, I see, I think I got this right. How can I start to change my hair habits? Well, that is a good question because your lifestyle is not including all the new hair habits. They're really easy to adapt to. And once you see results, that you'll like adapting to this new scientific approach. So one of the things that we can do here is to think about how you want to start off. And I would start off small. I would start off one by deep conditioning as often as you can to developing more of a routine of conditioning. I would like you also to look at brushing. Once you start getting brushing into your timely schedule, you will find that it's very beneficial. And then you'll find that you want to do it and you have a time when you do it. Maybe it's close to going to bed where you'll be more relaxed. But remember, brushing is a healthy part of your new hair habits. So you're just going to slowly work in the smallest routine, maybe working yourself up to deep conditioning. But we have to understand that to have a healthy hair wellness, we need to deep condition, we need to brush. So you would start off with the small and work them into your routine and understand that you do have more to go from. For instance, now you'll be judging if your hair has been in the sun too long or if the ends are just not, keeping their length, they're breaking. So when you start observing your hair a little bit better, it will help you become a part of the new hair habits and lifestyle. Know when your hair has red flags of damage. When you feel dryness, don't let it just go. Too often what happens is that we just live with the damage and we don't know really what to do about it. Well, you're supposed to use your mini conditioning, your deep conditioning to help counteract environmental damage. We can go into that a little bit more on another post. Understanding it takes time. A lot of time we get very impatient when we're reconditioning, and what happens is that we get off of the routine and you drag your time out even more for your hair to show results. So once you have developed a good routine with brushing, remember that 1 week builds on 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and then of course 6 months of brushing, your hair growth rate should change and be very beneficial in luster and sheen, not in oily sheen. You want luster and sheen that comes from your natural state of conditioning or hair. Yeah, I would think hair. Another note I made here is stay on hair goals. Too many times we think, oh, I'm going to stop moisture. Well, let's say it takes 6 deep conditioners to solve your moisture problem. Stick to the stick to the deep conditioning and the 6 times you need to do it. Moisture doesn't build by itself, and it can't build all at once. So you have to keep adding it in because your hair, unfortunately, is not going to just have a deposit of moisture and keep it. So you're going to be doing conditioning on a regular basis until you see that moisture level come up. And that might take time. So keep on your goals. Don't lose track. Stay focused. Understanding that hair growth and life cycle, we will be talking about that on the channel. The hair growth and life cycle is slow, but it can be fast. Not saying that you don't have fast growth rate, but considering that it only grows under a half an inch a month, when you're damaged, that sounds like an eternity. So remember that your hair will have a good growth rate if you continue to protect it from the environment, from moisture and protein loss, and be on time with your conditioning. It takes time to change it. So you have to build up as far as the moisture. Remember the moisture, you had to build it? Well, any type of conditioning, technically, you have to build it. So what your hair may look like this month, 3 months from now, it will change a lot more than what you think it will. So let's concentrate on the 3 months and not how it looks today. As long as you know that you're doing something logical and practical to take care of the problem, then know that it's just about a timely manner. Right? Okay, stay focused. The first email question is my color does not look the same after I color it. So you start out, I guess, this person started out in coloring their hair and didn't quite get the color they wanted. That's very typical of box colors. You have to check how porous your hair is. And a lot of times we underestimate that. And then, of course, we're dealing with color, and that's an issue that goes in all different directions depending on how dry you are throughout your hair. So if you are not so dry close to your scalp, or maybe your ends are very porous or thin, so they're going to take your hairline, same thing. They're going to take a lot stronger, deeper hair color. And so you might have these hair colors that are fading. That's why a lot of times we go to professional hair colors so they can even that out. However, if the hair is damaged, it's not going to come out incorrectly. The hair has layers of damage that you need to clear up prior to getting a hair color. So remember, chemical services are a process. They're not something that you just go and do and not think twice about what you're doing. And even though we've had professionals mess up color, that shows you how hard color can be. According to the condition of the hair, color can be very technical. So for you, deep condition, sounds like your hair was very porous. They help bleed some of the color, and maybe it will calm down a little bit for you. But you need to deep condition that color until you uh, can see some health and growth rate and less breakage. Moisturizer, not too much protein at this point. Just give your hair lots of deep conditioning moisturizer. And then we discussed last time about mini conditioners. So if you need me to repeat that, let me know in your answers, in your emails. A second email question. My hair is has been falling out. Can you save it? I believe you can always stabilize the damage. Sometimes you may not be able to save it. You didn't tell me what you did to damage it. So, but I always have faith that you can stabilize. So even if it means deep conditioning with heat on a daily basis, you should be able to stabilize your damage. Whether or not your hair is coming out and can you save it, deep condition and see what you can do there. That's kind of a hit and miss, especially when I don't know all the details about your hair falling out. Is it due to an illness? Is it due to a body problem that you're having, for instance, a knee surgery or your shoulder needs PT? These things can make your hair stress out and then fall out. And that's not about conditioning, even though you do condition. It's also about massaging, relaxing, and noticing where the tension is. Generally, where the tension is on the scalp is usually on the same side that is the problem area. So I would go from both places. I would condition with moisture, protein once a month. I don't want you to overuse your protein, but you can't not overuse your moisturizer, even if you're living in a moisturizing climate. So you want to definitely, condition, but then I would also do things, hot, cold, eye pads are nice to relax the scalp and the hairline. So do some things from both approach, stress approach as well as conditioning, and see if you can calm things down. The third email question, I can cut my hair very short. Is it healthy? I found in my research that it is not very healthy to cut your hair so low. The scalp does have a protection for the scalp. The hair does provide protection for the scalp. So I like to see, not lower than 3 inches. I understand guys have been wearing short cuts when they're young and they wear them very often, but then we see that men are going bald younger. So the younger they are. So we're like not waiting to guys get old before they have baldness. So maybe this is where the scalp doesn't have enough protection from the sun, and the hair follicle starts to change and lifestyle. Remember, every hair follicle is living a different lifestyle. It's doing something different. So you want to, you look at your hair as, oh, it's all dry. But actually some strands are and some strands are not. So the hair is doing the same thing when it starts to get stressed out when the scalp is produced or the scalp is exposed to too much sunlight. So I like to have the healthier protection for the scalp as well as healthy protection for the hair, because remember, layers of hair protect the hair. So we need to concentrate and think about not cutting our hair too bald too often. Oh, I love this part. This is where we go into hair facts. And I really like that because remember, hair facts is for your hair folder. And you can start doing something today to make your hair a better head of hair and take control of damage. So hair facts helps you do that. Today we're talking about dryness. It's hard to handle. A lot of times we don't see dryness right away. And what happens is that the hair, it has to show signs. By the time it's breaking or it's dull, then we've lived with damage or we've lived with the dry damage too long. We do need to understand that hair does not need or should not remain dry. That's a condition you don't want to let it get out of hand because it slowly goes into stronger dehydration. So you want to think about noticing really as fast as you can. Fast as you can, really. Okay. I know that sounded crazy. Well, anyway, what we needed to say was that, for instance, when you first notice, check your hair every week to see the dryness and see if it needs deep conditioning. We don't want to let dryness just live with us and stay there. It does create other problems along the way. Your hairline is the first thing to tell you how dry you are. When your hairline is dry, then most likely the rest of the hair is dry. So at this point, to not wash too often and also apply your moisturizers, and maybe you need more moisture during the day. You also need to make sure you're not dehydrated. If you're dehydrated, your hair is dehydrated. So that is another way of getting moisture and letting it get out of control because you're not dehydrated. So keep yourself dehydrated. Know when you're not dehydrated with your body. And then, of course, know when your hair is dehydrated and give it a deep moisturizing conditioner. Remember, we talked about the spray bottle with the filter where you can add a little moisturizer into that bottle and mist your hair with it, especially in the wintertime when hair is exposed to the heat that's in the house. So there's many ways that you can, not wearing the sunproof hats, the SPF protection hats. Those are great for keeping dehydration from your hair, but it also helps you not get dehydrated. Um, but very few people like to wear them. And so, but you do need to protect your hair from the sun. So moisturizing, conditioning deep, as well as SPF hats. Um, and I like it to be above 30, your clothing. I think they suggest 50 nowadays for the SPF level, sunscreen level. So remember that all the ways that can become hydrated and try to get them into your lifestyle. That's a part of a healthy lifestyle for your hair as well. And then, of course, knowing your hair itself is needs dehydration or is dehydrated and it needs hydration. And so you would do that with deep conditioning. Remember, we're conditioning inside out, not inside. I mean, inside out, not outside in. I want to thank you for staying. Thank you for giving Damaged Hair a voice. That really appreciate that. Please push the like button. If you subscribe, it's free. And I try to post every Friday. Put on your notification bell so you can get notifications when I post. I really appreciate it that you have stayed, and I really appreciate you commenting to Dita Hair 911 about your hair questions. I also have a Facebook. Dita Damaged Hair is my Facebook for posting answers and questions and also hair facts. The pictures generally will follow the hair facts. So enjoy. I hope to see you there. Now, go have a good hair day. Thank you.